Welcome to the Digital Amateur Television Experimenters Night. This is VK7 OTC, the club station of the Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania. Amateur radio is a worldwide hobby that has many different aspects. Digital television is just one of the many modes and areas that are covered. Maybe you're interested in becoming involved in the DATV Experimenters Nights. Do you realise that you do not have to be a radio amateur or need any ATV equipment to participate anywhere in the world? Also participate in the night by coming up to the Queen's Domain club rooms. Yes, right on top of the Queen's Domain in the heritage-listed Coast Wireless Station. You never know, we might get you in front of the camera or behind doing one of the many roles during the night. We get underway with our program on a Wednesday night from 7:30 p.m. local time. We'll see you soon. This is VK7 OTC.
Cool. Now, this is VK7 OTC, the club station of the Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania, with our DATV Experimenters Night. Thank you, I just got a confirmation that the streaming's working. And we've got Lance, VK7ZA, in the studio.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And welcome to our first broadcast in our new studio.
I don't think they'll notice anything.
Ah, of course they will.
Well, it looks different in this direction.
Definitely. In fact, what we
from that perspective, it looks the same, doesn't it?
What we should do is actually a bit of a tour of the studio at some point, shouldn't we? Because it probably doesn't look any different to those people out there, apart from it may actually be slightly better quality. That's what I'm...
Or if they gaze into our eyes and they look at the reflection in our glasses,
they could see a big screen.
They might see something.
That'll be the FBI or the CIA or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Or very lonely people.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Very lonely people. Now, the reason I've got Lance in the studio is he put on the Discord channel this afternoon a very, very cute little thing that you're going to describe to us.
I am. So. We should give you... What can we get? Oh, better put it next to a pencil, just for scale.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put
I'll let you move it around.
I'll put that there, and we'll zoom in here just to start with.
Yeah.
There we go.
So what it is, it's an itty-bitty little pressure pad CW key that's actually designed by VK. a circuit. It's actually like they need power to the pressure pads.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And so other designs, they'll use a battery to give power.
Okay.
But what we know is that there's a high signal, and with most radios, with CW, when you want to send your DIT or your DAR, it's basically grounding that pin. So it's pulling that low.
Yep.
But it means when it's high, there's itty bitty little bit of current available. And so there's tiny little capacitors on there, and whilst you're not doing anything, that itty bitty little current is actually charging up those capacitors, which is then enough when you put your pressure on there to drain that capacitor to power the little pressure pad. It gives it the current it needs, and so there's no battery needed.
It self-powers.
It self-powers.
I love it.
It's a very, very, very clever design.
Do you get any like key click or anything from that? No. Okay.
No, and what's nice is it's really quite sensitive, but you're certainly not getting any false positives either.
Okay.
So I had it hooked up tomorrow. Reasonably hard if you want to.
And there is absolutely no weight to it. It's just...
There's no weight, and there's nothing to get crushed or damaged while it's in the back of your bag.
No moving parts.
No moving parts at all.
About the only thing that can go wrong is you break the cable.
That's right.
That is fantastic.
But of everything on there, the cable is the easy bit to resolder. So I'm quite happy to resolder the cables.
It's the second biggest bit.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
I love it. Oh, well.
So something a bit different.
Correct. And we'll look forward to seeing it magnetically mounted on your mountain topper. That is excellent. Thank you, Lance.
That's okay.
Now, well, that's a great segue into... We'll get Phil in. I'll give you that.
So
we'll get Phil in. We'll do a quick change over here.
G'day, Justin.
Now, I think this is the first time you've been in the studio.
It is, yeah, I've learnt. Don't bring toys into the club room on a Wednesday night. Or you get dragged in.
Now, VK7 ID. So, Phil. Now, Phil also posted today. Very sexy little radio. Come on, you've got to show it. Now, there is absolutely nothing to it, can I just say. It's about a palm size. Now, tell us a bit about the radio. Like, how did you come across it? We'll show it.
People can't people can see, can they? No, there's a couple of 705s on the desk here.
That's
actually,
later.
Put the two together. Like, compare the size of a.
Well,
it's not going to work there.
If we zoom out a bit, there's a 705 with a case on it, and here's the little radio that we're talking about. So how did you come across it?
So that's how I came across it, because I have the 705.
Okay.
And I saw all these people doing all this cool stuff with soda, and I thought I want to get into that. And I started dragging my 705 around on mountains and dragging it over rocks and things, and I just thought that's too much. And it seemed to be getting good reviews. It's an HF radio, 6 metres through 160. Yeah, 6 metres through 160, 20 watts.
And it's SDR. So
it's SDR.
And it's direct up and down conversion SDR?
I can't answer that.
No.
I honestly don't know. I only got it yesterday. So
I'd be surprised if it isn't. But, okay. Actually, no, hang on. I'll show you. So...
the 705 when I'm transmitting, I guess.
Okay,
But,
so 20 watts.
20 watts.
20
yeah.
watts? In something that's this size. So you said it got fairly warm.
It got fairly warm just receiving. I didn't notice a huge increase when I was transmitting today.
Okay.
I made half a dozen parks contacts
Okay.
around the country.
Okay.
So I was definitely getting out okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I bought it mainly for the robustness and the lightweight and the fact that it's half the price of a 705.
705, well and truly.
Yeah.
And that's one of the detractors for the 705, and there are certainly lots of alternatives around. So do we want to plug it in and we'll show
You can do that.
what comes up on the screen? So yeah, we'll plug that in. That's keyed, I assume. Okay. Now, oh, very nice LifePo because it's incredibly light. Now,
J-Car special.
good. Look at this now. Let's zoom in specifically on and do a bit of a. So we're on 40 metres, 2 VFOs.
There's two VFOs. It will do split.
Okay, fantastic.
Yep.
And lots of. Let's zoom into as far as we can zoom in.
I need my glasses. I can't read it without.
So it's giving you. So this is RIT, mic, DSP. What's that one? Length. 3 kilohertz. So this is the filter bandwidth.
The top bit is the filter. Yeah.
You've got over this side. You've got mode. So LSB, VFO. Your noise reduction.
And noise blanker. Yeah.
A noise blanker. You've got volume level in the little red one, and then you've got squelch at the bottom, and then you've got your signal and power,
Correct.
and you've got a voltage right up here in the top corner. So you've got pretty much everything on there.
The little band scopy thing down the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, and well and truly, and the spectrum. And I assume that's passband, the green line that.
Correct. That's yeah. Yep.
Okay. So you've got pretty much everything there. You just need a magnifying glass.
Yeah. I can see the important bits when I'm using it. That's the main thing.
Well,
So,
hey, and those holes I think you mentioned earlier. There is actually an internal speaker.
that's a speaker. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
using it today with that speaker. It's,
Okay.
it's reasonable.
Okay.
I don't know what it's going to be like outdoors in a bit of wind, but
Okay.
yeah.
Well, you can always put a set of cans on your ear.
And there is
So-
a little hole there, but I haven't worked out if that's a microphone or not.
Oh yeah, this hole just here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it has a built-in mic. It does have Bluetooth as well.
Okay.
And the little the paperwork that comes with it.
Oh, I keep looking at. I should be looking at this. Anyway, there's there's a there's a bit of a 705 expose, which is, I just got to be careful with this one, because it's the screw's not in it. Now, what I just wanted, that was correct. What I just wanted to do here was, let's just move. I'm just doing this with my foot. That's a bit better. We're still doing some bits and pieces here. You'll notice actually if I zoom around here a little bit more. I've just got Alan. Here we go. Now, if I zoom, good to hear. No audio on close-up camera. Oh, okay. Okay. So, no audio on the close-up camera. I apologise for that. That will be video mixer routing. So we'll not go to the video to the close-up camera and the audio. I still need to route the audio through the video mixer. Now, one of the things you can see here, I'll just... There we go. The camera controls down underneath. We have a new video and audio mixer, which is SDI, has the SDI interface in it. So all of our inputs into OBS, which is up here, now go into OBS through an SDI interface. Thank you to VK7WTF, Sean, who worked all that out for us. And everything goes into and comes out of OBS now. So Open Broadcaster Studio, if you've never played with it, it's worth a bit of a look. It's what the gamers use to stream their games online. It has wonderful facilities that enable us to do all sorts of things. To queue things up and play the test card and all sorts of stuff. You can see if we transition audio, we just lost the audio there, but anyway, the test card, we can do all sorts of things like that, as well as controlling things through the video and audio mixer. We've also got up here, we've got the camera controller. So this is a Pelco D C&D camera controller that we're using for our cameras. If we if we decide, hang on, if I do this, you'll notice this is our camera out in the studio, and out in the club rooms, which is how we did the presentation night the other night, and you can see we can we can zoom around. There's Harry waving to us. Hello, Harry. And so this is we can do all sorts of things here with different facilities that we now have. I'm also looking at, but I can't actually put it up on the screen because all the cameras are pointed in the other direction. We have a large television with 4:8:12 split up monitors with our multi-viewer, and that's giving me all the feeds that I can switch to and from. So anyway, that's that's a bit of a quick quick presentation of our studio. I'll just get the camera back. I'll just get the camera back on me. I think that's about right. So that's a quick presentation of the studio. Now I just wanted to there's just a couple of things I'll finish off with tonight. These little tags, and I'll very quickly go to our close-up camera because I realise that we don't have. That was a bit nasty, wasn't it? Let me do that on here. Now I'll come back here because we then get audio. These little tags you'll find on NBN installations, specifically fibre installations, and the cable ties are now starting to fail on them, and so they're falling off of these fibre installations in large numbers around Hobart at least. Now it's worth picking these up because I actually use quite a few of these on my to cable tie to my coax, and I then write on here or print in a little printer what the coax is actually for. So it's actually worth picking these up when you see them in the gutter because you can tidy them up and clean them up and actually reuse them, and it's all because the cable ties are actually failing on the NBN installations. So there you go. Now, we've just finished our centenary celebration, and I just wanted to give you a bit of a view of what's in store for the QSL card and also the awards certificate. Now, let me go very quickly to. So that's our QSL card. I realise that there's no audio for the close-up camera, but that's our QSL card that is currently being printed in the Ukraine, and by Gennady UX5 UA in Ukraine, who can give a fantastic deal. So if you're interested in QSL cards, look up UX5 UA. It does a fantastic deal. Has a whole lot of different levels that you can get printed. And they're currently being all printed in the Ukraine, ready to be distributed. Now the Centenary Award Certificate, and I'll just do a bit of a silent cross. So that's our award certificate that goes out to those people who who have 10 contacts in VK and ZL, or 5 contacts outside of VK and ZL. You're eligible for one of these award certificates. Now, there's a whole lot of recognition certificates also being printed right at the moment for various people in VK7 to recognise, and it says is presented with the certificate to recognise their efforts in making amateur radio better for Tasmanian ham radio operators. So that's our recognition certificate. And we took the chance to update, and I'll show you this in a bit of a quick silent show. That's our Tassie Devil Award. Now, the Tassie Devil Award, for those who don't know, this has been run by originally by the VK7 Tasmanian division. Tassie Devil Award, the requirements for the Tassie Devil Award are available on the Reast website, Reast, reast.tas.gov.au. Sorry, I've just gone into work mode. Reast.asn.au. Let's try that again. or Facebook, and there's our Facebook address, and the Tassie Devil Award. If you get the requisite number of contacts, then you can apply for this particular award. And we've updated the certificate. It's now an electronic certificate that we can fill in and send out to people. So there you go. Now, I just want to do a shout out to Nick, VK7 Whiskey up in the Northern Tasmanian Amateur Radio Club. He has done a fantastic job. He runs the TechNet and TechNet CW nights every second Wednesday night up in Launceston. The TechNet and CW test night. And he has been experimenting and designing the Cent, or the Century 1 watt 80 meter CW transmitter. Now we'll put the link to this on the NTARC website. But this is celebrating 100 years of amateur radio in Tasmania, June 2023, and this is a wonderful write-up. It's got the circuit diagram, the testing that you go through, the parts list. Very basic components list. This is a handful of components, most of which you would probably find in your junk box. It is made using the matrix board arrangement with PCB and getting a hacksaw and cutting lines in to give you pads that you can solder to. Absolutely fantastic. There's the most complicated bit of it is the switch, the 4-pole, a 2-position switch, and wiring that up, which is your transmit and receive switch. There is switching, the building of it, the assembly. One of the most complicated parts of it is winding the binocular inductor, but he goes through how you do that and what you need, and then goes through the testing and the performance, and makes the comment here it performs beautifully with a clean output signal and a nicely shaped CW signal. So performance from Tasmania on 3.58, so it uses the NTSC colour burst crystal, a commonly available crystal on 3.579 known as the old colour burst crystal. That's it. QSOs and reports between 7 and 9 p.m. have come from Canberra, Gosford, Victoria, South Australia and even Perth. Not bad for just over 1 watt. And there's the I'll just show this because it shows the inside and the construction method. So there you go. I absolutely love it. So congratulations to Nick and and NTARC for coming up with the Century or the Cent 1 watt 80 metre CW transmitter Mark 1, and I think he's made some improvements to that as well. So I will certainly be building one of these. I have most of the components sitting there, and all the other components are all available from your local JCar. So do yourself a favour and have a look, and we'll put a link on the website. So okay, we might call it quits at that. We've got a few other things which we'll go into next week, and we've obviously got a few problems that we need to fix here, but we'll get to those. And thank you for any comments that have come through. That's the other thing I need to fix, is the comments are not coming through on this PC here, but we'll work on that. Hopefully you'll see the improvement in performance, and it's only going to get better from here. Oh, now one thing I need to remind you about, our August presentation night, which is on the 2nd of August, Wednesday the 2nd of August at 7:30 p.m. We have Peter Schrader, VK4EA. Now, Peter is a director of the Wireless Institute of Australia and has agreed to give us a question and answer, bit of a presentation about what the WIA does, and then we'll open it up for a Q&A session. So a great opportunity to come along, hear what the WIA is getting up to, and also be able to ask questions and any queries that you've got. Peter's happy to answer it, and he'll be coming in through a Zoom session. So we'll set it up so that he'll be on the big screen and be able to hear us, and we'll be able to hear him. So that'll be the next challenge with the new ATV studios. So yeah, that's 2nd of August, and 7:30 p.m. is when we'll start that stream going. We'll stream it out, and we'll also go out on RF. So that's our DATV Experimenters night for this evening. Thanks for your patience and our new arrangement, and we'll be back bigger and better next week, and with a few of those little issues ironed out. So there you go. So this is VK7 OTC, the club station of the Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania, with our DATV Experimenters night and 73, and we'll catch you next week.